Hey, Brett here. So this routine is going to help your neck. It's going to help strengthen it. It's also going to help integrate your neck throughout your whole body. It's a side effect if you do this for a while, a couple weeks, probably 6 to 8 weeks for certain. You'll probably have better balance. You'll probably have also better posture. In addition, you're going to have a better neck. It's going to help with your sense of proprioception, like pressure against things. It's going to help you with your sense of interoception, internal sensation. And if you keep doing that long enough, over time, that's going to help your neuroplasticity. This is shaking. There's a whole bunch of benefits to this simple practice. I'm doing this as a transition, both into and then out of the practice. And I'm just sort of feet parallel, knees bent. Right now, I'm sort of just letting my hips do whatever they do. But another thing you can do to experiment is tucking or pushing your sacrum down and then bouncing more elastically. Because as you do that, with your knees slightly bent and your sacrum tucked is the wrong word. I actually push my sacrum down. It naturally curls under and that flattens your pelvis a little bit. And doing that engages your ligaments. And so you'll notice when you're doing it, you're a little more bouncy. That's natural. So now, what I'm doing when I'm doing this specific exercise throughout the day, I've been going about the business and all that. I'm sort of wired up, probably been in my sympathetic system a bit too much. And so what I'm trying to do is sense where I'm breathing. Am I breathing into my chest? Am I tight up here? Am I breathing into my solar plexus? Better, but still, am I really down in my belly? And that's what I'm trying to sense. Now I'm going to do this for just a couple of minutes here, but in general, I'll do this for a long time if I need to sort of turn myself down while sometimes also balancing myself out. So that was 2 minutes. I'm tingly all over. I'm going to relax my shoulders. I'm going to take what Sufi Rick Krause would call nervous tension. So I'm just going to sort of relax my whole body just for a second. That feels pretty good. So that was a good amount of shaking. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. I want to build a solid base. Now, if you are unable to stand, sitting is fine. When I talk about this stuff for the spine, try to do that, but don't worry about the stuff below. If you do this though, this will help integrate from your feet all the way through your torso. So this is going to engage your entire body and connect it to your neck, which again, neuroplasticity. The benefits are just amazing. Just do this. It's really good for you. Okay, so feet parallel, knees bent. I'm pushing my sacrum down. Now what that tends to do is it's going to take my perineum, the taint, and move it forward a little bit, about between the arches. So if I were to look at the arches of my feet, they line up with my hips, up my side. And then to get my ears in alignment, I'm going to sort of push my head up just a little bit. Now, don't worry too much about the head at the moment. Worry mostly about the base. And what I want you to do is just simply roll your shoulders forward 8 times. Big circles, slow as healing. So if you find a tight spot or something especially crunchy, go ahead and go through it slower. Now, once you've completed 8, same thing in reverse. So 8 back. Same thing, slow as healing. If you got a tight spot, really push into it and really see if you can let that go by holding a little bit of tension and then letting it go. Sometimes you'll get a release. Okay, now relax for a second, just a bounce or two. Let's rebuild that base. Feet parallel, knees slightly bent. Now, you can go deeper. I advise you to be able to see your toes. I'm not going to go into that whole issue, but push your sacrum down. You don't want to be too bent here. So now that you've got a stable base and your sacrum is done, if you feel this, one of the senses that you've got this right is you'll feel additional pressure in your heels. So as I push my sacrum down, that tightens things on my front, and I feel more pressure in my heels. Now, there are stretches to help it so that you can actually do this. I've got lots of stretches, go to my site, but there are specific stretches to make it so that you can actually engage your hip flexors a little bit more and so on, and that's not for this video. So from here, I'm going to do my shoulder rolls, but I'm going to alternate. So like I'm walking. Let's do a total of 1, 2, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and reverse. Okay, now relax. Do just a little bit of shake. I want to check my list here. All right. Now, next up, I want to add to the base. So, feet parallel, knees bent. Push your sacrum down. Now, the fontanelle is on the back of the skull. If you take the tips of the ears and slide up, it's also a soft spot of a baby's head. What I want you to do is I want you to push that up. When you push that up, a couple of things happen. You extend your thoracic spine. Your chin will probably come back a little bit, but it also changes your physical gravity so that your now that your ears are aligned with your hips, are aligned with your arches. And so you've got really good alignment. And now, once you've done that, push the head up. For right now, keep the head up, but relax the spine down into the pelvic floor if you can. Now, what I want you to do is look left to right and have your eyes lead, your head follow. So I look to the right, and then as soon as my eyes get to the end, I continue, look to the left, follow, and do that 4 times each way. Okay, and relax. Just bounce a little bit. Okay, let's build that base up again. Same thing, this time we're going to go up, down though, but build the base. Feet parallel, knees bent. This is something you can do when you're standing in a line at a grocery store or something like that. I do this all the time. Push the sacrum down. Couple things. I notice pressure on my heels. I notice a little bit of extension here in my hip flexors. Great. Push the fontanelle up. Chin comes back a bit. Now, if you want, take your hands and turn them internally or medially. Soften the inside here so you can take your sternum and relax it down into your pelvic floor. Great. Now, drop your shoulders as well. That's a lot going on. Now, look up, move your head up. Look down, move your head down. Look up, move your head up. Look down, move your head down. 2 more times on your own. Okay, relax. Whew, bounce it out. This really is hard internal work, but it's really valuable. It's also, for me, if I stand without doing that, my back just tightens up. But if I bend my knees a little bit and I push my sacrum down and I actually relax a little bit in my hip flexors, what I'm doing is I'm using the muscles on my front to allow the muscles on my back to relax. So looseness on the front makes you flexible in the back. Tightness in the front ends up hurting in the lower back. So that being said, we're going to do circles now. If you have any issues with dizziness, use a wall. It doesn't matter. It's fine. But if, in fact, I'll go ahead and do that just to demonstrate. So I've got my hand just barely touching the wall here. I've got my feet parallel, about hip width apart, knees bent, sacrum down. I feel some pressure on my heels. I also feel a little bit of pressure here, like that's engaging. I can feel that now. Push the fontanelle up. Now, if you notice, watch my body shift weight. Watch my body shift. So I'm going to push my head up, and my body's balance is changing. I'm not doing that. I'm going to drop, relax, and that just happens. So I'm actually shifting my body's weight center of gravity, and I'm allowing gravity to then align my body. So again, here I am. So now I'm going to start going in circles and go about 8 times around and go in larger circles. Again, eyes lead, head follows. I start clockwise and then I go counterclockwise. That's just a decision. It's arbitrary. Ooh, I've got lots of crunches in my neck tonight. Whew. Slow is healing. Big circles at the end. Seriously, it sounds like sleet is hitting a window in my neck. Okay, other direction. Wow. Oh, man. Okay, shake that out a little bit. All right, now we're going to get to isometrics. For this, if you engage, so again, if you're not able to stand, sit. If you're not able to really do much, just the part with the hands on the head will give you valuable results. It'll strengthen your traps. It'll give you your neck some good stability. And also by doing this, by pressing your hand into your head and doing this repeatedly over time, your body is going to start to get a better sense of proprioception and again interoception as you engage more and more. So this is a really healthy activity just with the press, but if you do the whole body thing, it's actually a really good huge internal body work and you're integrating top to bottom nearly. So we're using Wu Chi from Tai Chi. We're using basic isometric stretches. Wu Chi is based in 3 bows. Bow one, the feet, so pelvic floor down. So I've got my pelvis. I've got my first bow engaged by feet parallel. My toes are gripping. I haven't been saying that, but I've been gripping with my toes and actually like almost like a suction cup. But that's maybe for advanced time. Knees bent, pushing sacrum down, heels pressure, good. Also a little bit of feel here. Fontanel up. I'm going to medially rotate my arms to relax the inside to allow my sternum to press my pelvis. Sorry, my spine into my pelvis. Okay, now from here, I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to press, and of course my timer's down there. I'm going to keep Wu Chi and I'll just count. And here we go. Press your hand into your head and your head into your hand to the right. Now really engage, push your sternum down while you're doing this. I've totally lost track of time, so I'm gonna have to sort of guess it. By doing that, I'm feeling a lot more muscle engagement through my core, on my back. It really turns this into quite an active pose. Also try to keep your shoulders dropped. And I'm gonna guess that's 30 seconds. I have no idea. I should use a timer. In fact, don't conflate errors. Same thing, left side. Now, since I'm out of Wu Chi, let's get back into Wu Chi before we start. So feet parallel, and that's WU space CHI is one way to spell it. Could be JI. There's a lot of different ways. Um, it is not Wu Chi like Wookie. Feet parallel, knees bent. Sacrum pushed down. I feel heel pressure. I feel a little, there we go. I feel something going on here. My hip flexor's great. Push my fontanelle up. I notice my weight shifting forward just a little bit. Medial rotation. Relax the sternum down. There we go. Now left side, left hand up and pressing in. Now, as you really tuck your sternum, I keep saying tuck. I'm really trying to press it down. The tucking just happens because of the biomechanics of the pelvis. So just, I'm pressing it down, the rest is taken care of. By doing that, I'm feeling it down into my back, lower back here as well. So I'm really getting a connection and nice, it's diagonal. So this is really going to be quite supportive across the spine. Now, for the next two, both hands interlaced. And the reason for that is I don't want you holding with one hand. In this case, one hand to the right, one hand to the left. There's a symmetry there. It's equally the same, right, right, left, left. But in this case, if you do something like this over time, you're going to get stronger on one side and weaker on the other. So both hands, both sides, you're going to press your forehead in forward, and then we're going to press it into the back of our head. So I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. I'm going to go backwards first because that's where I am. Actually, stop. That was a mistake. I shouldn't rush this. Stop. I apologize. Let's get back into Wu Chi. Wu Chi. Feet parallel. Knees bent. Sacrum down. There we go. Okay, now Fontanel up. Medial rotation arms. Sternum down. And there goes my spinal column into my pelvic floor. Now, from here, take my left hand, and as I press my left into my right, if I press my left face into my left hand and tuck my sternum, I can feel it all the way down. And I think I already just did this, didn't I? Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I'm going to cut that out. I know what to do. I need to get a better timer, but whatever. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go forward and back. So for forward and back, I want you to interlace your hands. And if you really want to be obsessive about symmetry, say the right pinky on the bottom, then the left pinky on the bottom. But this is fine. Two hands because I don't want you to build muscles asymmetrically. So I'm going to do this for 30 seconds. I'll start actually, I want to do this and pushing in. Now I'm going to be pushing in as we're building Wu Chi, and let's see if you notice the change. So my feet are parallel, knees are bent, push my sacrum down. Now I'm going to go push. Ooh, there we go. As I push my Fontanel up, I'm getting this all the way down on the right side of my lower back, which is a place I often am tight, so that's good. I'm also feeling quite a bit of tension on my front, so I've got my whole core engaged. Okay, I'm going to relax slowly out of this. Same thing. Now this time, let's build it up first, and then we'll get into the pose. Problem is the timer, so let me do this. That should be sufficient. Okay, so feet parallel, hip width apart, knees bent. Push the sacrum down, tuck the hip under. Don't tuck. Just push the sacrum down. It'll naturally tuck under. Fontanel up, hands on the back of the head, both interlace, and push. Now, as you're doing this, try to drop your shoulder blades. If you can, go ahead and do it actively, like actually take your shoulder blades and push them down as you tuck your tailbone. Now, if this makes sense to you, externally rotate your thighs without moving your feet. It is possible to get just a little bit of external rotation. So let's relax out of that. All right, now, for this last one, we're going to be pushing up. I'm going to give this one a little more time. There we go. So, feet parallel, knees bent, hip width apart. I know I keep saying this, but repetition, just work on this sequence. If you work on the sequence, you will eventually figure it out. Once you figure it out, it just falls into place. And it's a really powerful thing once you learn how to do it. So I'm a big fan of rote practice and memorization as part of an overall approach. So feet parallel, knees bent, about hip width apart, pushing my sacrum down, feel some stretching in my hip flexors, and I feel some pressure in my heels. Great. Push the Fontanel up. We're going to immediately rotate my hands, relax my spinal column into my pelvic floor. Great. And now I'm going to relax just a little bit on the neck, and I'm going to press up as I tuck under. Now, it took me 54 seconds to describe that, so I'm going to stay here for a second as that thing beeps. So I'm pulling my shoulder blades down. That really engages quite a bit more of the back. I've got my armpits engaged here, and actually my groin is even getting a bit engaged as I externally rotate my thighs. Sacrum still down, gripping with my toes, pushing up, pushing down. And I'm going to relax. Oh, that's good. Now, especially since I've just squished my spine, I'm going to relax my spine as a reset. I'm not going to do this as a full pose, but I mean, you certainly can, but I'm just going to do this, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. So I'm just going to my feet are parallel. I'm going to really deeply bend my knees. I'm going to put my chest on my thighs. Just going to relax here. And that's good enough. Now, if you want, you can put your forearms here. Maybe put your hands together in some kind of just connected. It doesn't really matter. And then just let your spine kind of just extend. Relax as much as you can. Drop your shoulders down. which is actually raising your shoulders. If you can drop your hands, that's fine. But again, I just want to allow the spine to extend, get some synovial fluid back in there after compressing it. And I'm going to relax. So this is a practice teach of this sequence. This sequence needs twisting. It's incomplete without twisting, I think. So I'm going to work on that. It's not there yet. Getting close.